Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back playing some more Terra Tech in the newest update that I just got of 1.0.1.5, the unstable build. It fixes a few things. I had a video that I was going to put out, but I wasn't quick enough, that it showed how a backflip was impossible with my airplane, but now they fixed it, so didn't worry about that one. But as you can see, we got a heck of a chopper. Actually, I'm going to call this one the BF HellOfACopter. I think that's a pretty neat name. I've used that part of that name before. I like it, because this is one hell of a copter. So you can see we got the battleship cannon in there. We got 3 of the auto cannons running. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 10 avalanche launchers. We're sitting at, I think, 6 of these seeker pods. Missiles. Oh no, we got more than that. We got 8. And we also have some big man bombs. We got 14 of them. And we have 10 cruise missiles. So I think we're pretty well off to handle quite a bit. But one thing that did kind of bum me out is I had this the other way, vertically, hoping it would help with my steering. Had the hover glitch on with the wheel and the hover pad over there in the middle. It just didn't do it. It just kept spinning. And as soon as I hit shift, it would just spin me in circles, so that kind of sucked a little bit. But now what I got going on here is I got this control block for controlling my anti-grav. So I got a bunch of them in here. I think I got 8 or 10 of them in this thing. And then I got this one for the shields. And then this, well, we know what that's for. That's for our resources, that I've actually reset myself and lost all my resources, so that's kind of a downside, isn't it? So we're going to leave, I think we have this as off, and we want the anti-grav on. So right now we're just going to try it out, test it, see what it is, because I just made a change where I put these rockets on here. And as we get started, I do want to thank you, I know I forgot at the start, for joining me, and also welcome. And let's see if this is going to be a good one or not. So what I've been doing is having the Y from my lift at about 9.5 to 10 kind of thing. Wish we could individually control them. That'd be kind of cool. Because this now, it brings it up a little higher, so we got to stay on the controls. Well, let's see what we get. Go like that. Yeah, we got to just kind of tap that. And as you can see, she takes off. Just gotta love the anti-grav, eh? But now here's where the fun can start. Oh, no, don't have enough lift. Okay, we're gonna have to turn the lift up to account for them rockets. Let's try about 20. That seemed to nose up pretty fast on us. Let out of there. Oh, any more. I think those rockets are too powerful. Better lay off of them. There, we get kind of calmed down here. But yeah, the anti-grav really does a number on the batteries. I got quite a few batteries. Yeah, those rockets aren't doing us any favors. Let's turn that back down to where we were before. Go back down to around 10. The only downside is it doesn't look like my propeller's moving realistically, which it's not. But now here's the nice part of this. We can still use our shift to get moving. Let's see how fast this will go. Zoom out a bit so we get a better view of what's going on. And that's about 65, I guess, as a max speed. Not too shabby. But like I was saying, it can do the twists, the spins, flat spins, and yes, it can do a flip. You know how long I've been wanting to do flips in a helicopter? Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Come on, nose her up. Give her a little more on the lift. So yeah, now it's 2 hands on the keyboard to fly this, and usually I like to have the mouse so I can watch stuff and move the camera around and all that other good stuff. But as you can see, like, my batteries are going down real quick already. Knock that back down a bit. Like, I'm already lost 2 bars. I think I got something like I think I counted roughly around 30 Hawkeye batteries and then 2 Geocore batteries in this. But I also got like 8 or 10 of the Big Apple anti-grav things. Give that a little more. See, I wish we could actually like just fine-tune it instead of like little touches being like 0.3, because it seems to make quite a difference. Get her on ground, and the other thing is just so I could have the tail look kind of nice, I have it with those flaps, the wings, and it always wants to kind of tip me. That might not be the only thing doing it, but it's the main thing I've figured. But it does fly along fairly good. Get her on a bit of an angle, she'll go quite nicely. Now the downside to this thing is as soon as you hit the fire button, it starts to get slow. See if we can make our way through one of these. Maybe, maybe. Oh, we made it. Hey, it didn't activate. I must be backwards. So let's just try something here. Do this. Oh, I got turned. So I'm just going to play around a little bit. Like, look at that, a chopper that flies upside down. I like that. But it is pulling us to the ground because of our lift. But if we do this, give it about -10 on the other side. Oop, went a little far. We should be able to stay there as long as we like. Or we can flip back this way, which is kind of handy too. We don't have no battery power for our shields right now. We're just keeping it for anti-grav. So I'm just going to see if I can take this guy out. But yeah, I forgot to switch that back. So we're going to take a little damage. I'm surprised he survived. But he did. He's a tough little guy when I wasn't prepared for him. Oh, hit it. That hurts. Get back up to about 10. So yeah, these big old birds, they've always been a challenge to fly no matter what. Now with all the extra keys and that to hit, you know, it's not going to be any easier. I'm going to see if I can take something out before I run out of battery here. Let's see if we can get this one. I think that did quite nicely. There might be one left. Oh, Bessie. So yeah, it's not the nicest thing in the world as far as control. We lost it. Pooh! Yeah, we're running out of battery. Let's see what we can get from here. We can get you. And oh yeah, I guess we did get all of them. And the other thing is this will anchor. And so it can charge itself up. I got only 3 solar gens in it. What I think I'm going to do here is let's just rip this puppy apart. And we will see what's really inside. Not going to do a count or nothing, but we'll figure something out. Rough ideas. So might as well just start at the wing. Now I was trying to keep her as much better future on the outside as I could. But that's not always the easiest thing. Because they haven't really got many weapons yet. And I do like the weapons. Like this right in here is where it all started as, is this core. Where the big yellow batteries are. Just kind of rip stuff apart. Got a whole whack of these in there. These little Gatling lasers, they're pretty sweet too. I like them. But as you can see, there's quite a bit that went into this little tech. There's one, yeah, you defend me, bud, while I rip my chopper apart. It's not like there's a lot of variety in the parts, but there's quite a few of each of them for the size of this thing. But this tells me that you can make something even bigger that will handle just as good. And I got some ideas. Now there's been an issue with, I've been hearing about these angled step conveyors that they like to freeze up and not work right. I actually had that happen there earlier, but all I had to do was reverse the track maybe once or twice and then it started working again. But for the most part it hasn't been too bad. I was more worried about just losing the resources because I was going like 60 plus. Yeah, we did put fuel in it, and turns out we're not going to need it because that just screws us right up. Go like that. We'll have another guy. Yeah, get in on that, buddy. Take him out. Just kind of rip some stuff out of here. There's our solar gens. Another one of those Apple or anti-gravity and Apple engine. Oh, we want to take a bite out of that. So yeah, there is a few parts we could probably take out now since we don't need the fuel gauge. Because that ain't going to work for us. We could take out, I didn't put a whole lot of fuel in it, but yeah, we do have sellability, like I was saying. We got a couple silos, one for each side, because we have it split. So we have 2 mobile generators that can keep us going. And as you can see, we get into all the batteries. But they really don't last too long. I'm almost hoping that maybe those Apple engine anti-grav things, maybe they'll get nerfed a little bit. So they last at least a little longer. Will you stop that? Keep connecting things when I want to take them apart. Yeah, the whole nose of it just started basically around that. Because I wanted it in there. It's a gunship, right? Yeah, I even used some color blocks. Just didn't want the little bits of black showing in them spots. Here, let's just rip that off of there. Got dual cab there, just for looks, really. And I even made sure I left room for resources to come through. Just because it doesn't make sense to have them to go through blocks normally. So I figured, well, I think the last time I tried to have them all enclosed and just be crammed into a tight little spot, I think it messed with my tech and how it controlled. So I left room everywhere, so there's enough room for them to travel down the path. They can come up and come right up in front of the rotors. They might get touched a little bit as you're flying, but I don't think it really damages nothing. It doesn't affect anything. As you can see, we got a whole bunch of goodies back in here. Another couple Apple drives, a few of these bigger ion drives. And of course, yeah, we put more fuel and stuff back here, so I might rip this thing apart a little bit after I get back to my reloaded save and take out the fuel and put some more batteries in it, because that seems more important. Actually, I might put more propellers in it. Get a little more speed. And I even left a nice little opening back here for resources to come through. This seemed like the right thing to do. And lots of shielding from, I think I have, what, three Havoc shields. I think I've used 3 of the Hawkeye repair bubbles. And I got a couple, I even used some Venture repair bubbles and some GSO shields just to fill in the gaps, so I didn't have to use the big ones just to get that in there. But for the most part, it's just a balancing act really with this, just like all flyers have always been. But it has given me a lot of ideas. It's helped me figure out a few things. Just kind of rip into this a bit. You've already seen the important parts, I think, but just in case I forgot something, I'm going to gut this thing and we'll just see what's really making this up. All through it. Man, it comes apart quicker than it went together. I'm not sure how long it took me to build this, but it's been a while. A lot of farting around, this, back to this, try this, didn't work, do that, a little more of this. Oh, and that'd be about it. And there's my little cab. AI kind of guarding it. AI can take the beating first before I do. Whoa. That was entertaining. So that's about it for that. But now what I am going to do is I'm going to load up my actual save where it's got my resources, it's got my batteries charged, everything's good, and ooh, and we're going to go and see if we can run down the turrets. Some of them have been destroyed, but the really hard ones haven't. So we're going to see how that turns out. It doesn't really take too long, so we'll just kind of do it. No need to really stop the recording, because there's something I should probably start reminding you again about that Terra showcase. Where if you have cool and original text, stuff like this, or, you know, cool and original, so I don't think anyone's made a chopper like this. At least I hope not. They haven't, as far as I know. Then I'd be more than welcome to make a video of it if you feel like posting it through the Saturday Showcase auditions link that's in the description. And I know some have been thinking that the new Tekka project has died. Well, no, I was just having problems with the saves. I have been making little bits of progress in between crashes, so it's going to be coming. It's just, it's slow process. It's frustrating. So as you can see, our resources, they come up right through there. It looks like it's all working. No, something's not right. It's not feeding through. But the nice thing with having a door here, or an opening, we'll give a couple of that. We'll give her 2. Maybe they'll start moving for us. There it is. Now it's working. But we've already burned up some of our fuel. Okay, so now we got the anti-grav running, and we got shields running. So our batteries are not going to last long, so we're going to have to try and be very effective. We'll get this at 10, roughly. Ooh, I had it right at 10. Alright, 9.4, that's what we're Alright, we are ready to go, and we have liftoff. Now, I did change a few things. I took the fan off the back, because it was causing, I think, a little more problems than it was worth. And like we just did, we got our resources running for us. Hopefully they'll stick with us and keep us charged up a little longer, and we are going to lay a heck of a hurting on this row. We've took 1 or 2 out so far, but look at that. Just annihilates them. Wow, yeah. Roll right by them. Oh, I'm loving that. It's been so long I've been wanting to make a chopper that can do this. And I know on the one stream that I did hear, if they've ever asked if you've seen a chopper do stuff like this, not per se a real chopper that I can think of, but the RC stunt choppers, they can do all this. Fly upside down, everything. It's freaking amazing how those guys can control them. Now, I'm nowhere near in that kind of a league as a pilot of a chopper or even aircraft in general, but I got this one to do it a little ugly, but it does do it. And just to kind of save face a little bit, keep in mind, this has no gyros in it whatsoever. Not a one. So that in itself, I think, is a fairly decent feat to have accomplished. And if I put some gyros in it, because I did a little more experimenting, and the all-axis passive gyros would probably be what I'd be using to really stabilize this and get it to hold nice in position. Because this one, it keeps continuing, oh man, I wish I could turn it. Not being able to move my camera because my hands are over here and having to flip back and forth really kind of gets me. But look at that. We just annihilated that brick. And we are ready to move on to the next target. Which is good because we ran out of resources. So, yeah, we got to do something. Now, one thing I have been thinking of is maybe trying the hovercraft control scheme. But that'll be for a different testing day. Oh no, it's getting wobbly. Oh, I lost my autocannon. Ah, well, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. I don't even know if they're really hitting anything because with this many missiles, this many bombs, and all the lasers at the front, I got a feeling everything's getting annihilated pretty dang fast. Yeah, touch you a little bit there, sucker. The Brick 2 VB. So we're not really going to hang out too long and destroy it just as of yet. Because I do want to try and run down the row of turrets and see if we can make it. But look at that, like I'm loving it. Do backflips in a chopper. Now the bombs do get a little messed with like that, so you gotta kind of watch when you're firing if you expect to hit. But for the most part, this thing is pretty cool. I'm liking it. as I've said a few hundred times probably. But it's just that much fun. But you know, if you have some cool and original text you'd like a video for, maybe think about the Saturday Showcase. It's a good idea. The auditions link is down in the description. Just bring your in-game snapshots or save games of those cool and original text, post them on the thread it takes you to, and we'll make the best dang video out of them we can. Oh, you were toasted, friend. Oh, I don't think we went too far past him. He gets to survive to another day. We'll leave it like that. Pilot error. He's just lucky. If we had touched him, he would have been in pieces. Pieces. But you know, if you are looking for reasons to build, there is also the new Tekka project, a community-built world that we've been working on. You're more than welcome to join in. Just make sure you read through and watch the video in the very first post. It's got a lot of good information you should consider when building a citizen and houses and whatnot. There hasn't been much done on that recently due to problems with saves, but that's going to change hopefully soon. I've got a little more doing. I got a lot of editing, but we'll get some more videos coming. Just a matter of time. So be patient. They're coming. They're in the works. But as you've seen, we just walked through all of them. I don't even think they really even hurt us. I think we lost more blocks in that crash than we did in that whole thing. Oh, we might have lost one. So about even. But now I just want to try and get back to the home base before my batteries run out and land. Oh, what timing. Perfect. I like that. Look at that. Just blacking out the sky. Well, white out the sky, I guess, since it's all white smoke streams from the missiles. But I am kind of curious, can we take out this big brick? And our major firepower isn't even hitting it. The cruise missiles are hitting the floor, the bombs are hitting the floor, so it's all avalanche, seeker missiles, and lasers, and a couple autocannons. So for the most part, this thing is doing awesome, just with what is hitting it. So if I get this thing fully controllable, where I can just sit right above and have everything hit it all at once, I think we knock this thing down very fast. In seconds, not minutes. Now this has been touched up a little bit, because with the anti-grav on and firing missiles and this many weapons, it was lagging a fair bit. So I don't really have a firm time that I could tell you. But it looks cool, I think. Look at that. That's the big brick. So very effective little chopper, and that's why it's called one hell of a chopper or copter. But look at that, it looks like a beast. But until that next time, you know what to do. Throw the likes around, put some comments down, share with the friends, subscribe to keep up to date, ding the bell, that's the final step. But until then, just keep being that awesome, keep having a good one. Bye.